9/11 was very scary and horrible. All of us will remember what happened. So to show that we do remember, our group is doing a research project on the memorials of 9/11. We remember. The Pentagon Memorial. This is a memorial on the west side of the Pentagon. It features benches that represent the people that died on Flight 77 and the Pentagon. It also features an age wall, a wall that rises 3 inches off the ground for Dana Falkenberg, a 3-year-old that died in attack, and it rises 71 inches off the ground. John Yamnecki, an elder who died, who is 71. It is open to the public 7 days a week, even though guided tours are not offered. It is meant to be felt on a personal level. Firefighter Memorial. This memorial is 3 times life size and it is recreating the famous photo by Thomas E. Franklin, a photographer. It is a memorial of the firefighters raising the flag at Ground Zero. It is not located at Ground Zero. And strangely enough, it looks similar to the picture of American people raising the flag in the Battle of Iwo Jima.
The Teardrop Memorial. The Teardrop Memorial was made and inserted by the Russians. It was designed by a man named Zurab Tsereteli. In the base of the structure is the engraved names of the citizens who died in the attack of 9/11. Hung at the top of the frame is a giant teardrop from which the memorial got its name from. It is 100 feet and placed in New Jersey. To the struggle against world terrorism is another name given to this massive memorial. A picture of it is in the room. Okay, my other one. My next memorial is the Sphere. The Sphere was made by a German sculptor, Fritz Koenig, but during the terrorist attack it was badly damaged. Then it moved to a new location in Battery Park near New York Harbor, where it serves as a memorial to the 9/11 victims. They are planning to move it to Ground Zero when the construction is complete. Here's the Sphere before it happened, nicely and shiny, and this is it after the attack, and very, very brownish. Okay.
Hi, I'm Lauren and this is
Layla.
I want to introduce you to some other heroes of that tragic day. Colleen L. Fransert was born with an inherited bone disorder that kept her height at 4 feet 6 inches and made it hard to get around. Colleen was 51 and lived in Elizabeth, New Jersey. She left behind her sister and her brother when she was on that plane.
Patrick Driscoll retired in 1992 from his job as a director of software development for regional Bell telephone companies and started traveling. Flight 93 was the start of a trip from a fellow Flight 93 passenger, William Cashman, to hike in Yosemite National Park. Patrick Driscoll, 70, was from Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey, and survived by his wife, Maureen, son Stephen, Patrick, and Christopher, and daughter Paula. He was a passenger that fought back in Flight 93.
Another hero was Leonard W. Hatton. Leonard was on his way to work when he saw the smoke from the North Tower. He responded immediately, even though he was not supposed to. He went to the towers to help victims out until the tower fell.
The next person is Frank DeMartini. Frank DeMartini was a worker in the World Trade Center in New York. When the plane hit the North Tower, Frank decided to climb up and help people get down. He saved 77 people. Frank could have made it out the building, but decided to keep climbing. Frank didn't make it out the building and died. If Frank didn't do that, a lot more people would have died that day.
Thank you for watching this video of the heroes.
Hello, I'm Grace and this is Marley. We are reporting to you today about some original heroes in 9/11. Our first hero was Moria Smith. She was a and she risked her life and died trying to get people out of the World Trade Center. Thank you, Moria.
The second hero is Todd Beamer.
He was 32 on Flight 93. He was heading to Redwood Shores in California. He was a father of 2 sons. He also was a husband to his pregnant wife at the time, Lisa Beamer. His wife told him the famous quote, "Let's roll." That was his last words to her before he died on that tragic day. Thank you, Todd.
Another hero was Andrew Garcia on September 11th. Andrew Garcia was 62 years old, but he looked young. He saved 18 lives from the crashing of the Twin Towers. He died because he got trapped inside one of the towers. Thank you.
Wells Crowther was an ordinary American who acted heroically on that fateful morning. Wells Crowther was working on the 100th floor when the plane hit. He was 24 when this occurred. He was working in the South Tower. Wells was working for a company named O'Neill and Partners at the time. He helped 12 people out of the South Tower. In March of 2002, his body was found along with other firefighters. Thank you. We hope you have enjoyed this presentation about the 9/11 heroes. Thank you.
This is the PowerPoint of Firefighters 9/11. We're going to talk about John McLaughlin. Jack McLaughlin was a port authority when 9/11 happened. He was the last man pulled out of the rubble, and when he went to the towers, he brought a group of port authorities and led them into the fire. They saved many people and many lives. Engine 10. Engine 10 was the first responder to the 9/11 attacks. They were right down the street from the World Trade Center. It lost 5 of its firefighters. It shares its building with the Ladder 10. And because of its prime location, it was critical in saving many lives in the 9/11 attack.
Peter J. Gansey was the fire chief during the 9/11 attack. He was the highest uniformed officer during the 9/11 attack. He was always at the front lines when there was a place at hand to save. He escorted many people out of the World Trade Centers. He died on Tuesday during the collapse of the 9/11 attack. He was 55 when he died. This is Engine 62. Engine 62 played an important role in the 9/11 attack. Dave Russell was a firefighter in Engine 62, and he also rounded up some of the crew when they got to the World Trade Centers. They found that the water was all completely gone from the fire hydrants and stuff when they got there. By the time that most of the engine got there, the towers had already fell.
Squad 1 is the elite firefighter group in Brooklyn, New York, and they sent 27 firefighters into the flames of the World Trade Center. And they have a lot of sculptures and plaques around New York City honoring their service. And it was one of the main squads that helped during 9/11, although 12 of them died, so that was very unfortunate. Joseph Pfeiffer was the battalion chief during 9/11. He was the first FDNY fire chief to take command. He saw the first aircraft hit the North Tower and readied the alarm. And today, Joseph Pfeiffer is the chief of counterterrorism and emergency preparedness.
We need to thank those firefighters who fought in the 9/11 attack.